Testing 1, 2, and we are live. How's everybody doing today? Thanks for dropping by. Elliot, Paul, Ike, KGM Jam, Supreme Victory Studios are in the house. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate your time as always. And as usual, several topics on the menu today. Whatever everybody wants to talk about, generally Splinterlands or related to Hive gaming is on the table. Yeah, so my bot, Archmage, just had populated a match, so I was just taking a look at it. Let me... I'm kind of blocking out part of the screen. The part I'm blocking out is a Archimus the Bear. But this is an example, just kind of jumping right into it. One of the big topics, obviously, is how the new system is going. And it's kind of going for me just like I thought it would go. In the past, I have limited my account to Gold 1, and not necessarily to be nefarious or hit any leaderboards, which I never did. It was because I knew my rare summoners were at level 6, and that was a gold deck, right? It wasn't going to perform very well in Diamond, so that's why I left it out. Now, since the changeover, it had worked its way up and tipped into Diamond 3, which is where I'm at, but it does not perform very well. So it'll win a match, and then it'll lose like 2 or 3 matches, and then it'll go back down below into Gold 1 and back and forth like that. So right now, I'm earning diamond chests, but I'm earning very few diamond chests per day. So I was winning like 7 to 8 gold chests a day. Now I'm winning like 3 or 4 diamond chests. And at the end of this season, I will take gold chests home. So I do imagine I'll get slightly more than I had, maybe in the 50 to 60 range, or about the same. But going forward after that, until they do the big changeover, it will be diamond chests, and I expect that instead of 50 to 60 gold chests, I'll be just making like 20 diamond chests or something like that. So, but the point is kind of moot, because after they make the change, it'll just be on a point system. Anyway, I just want to take a look at it. You can see what I'm facing here. You can see that my cards are gold type level, and I'm facing a pretty much maxed out diamond deck right here. So I don't imagine I'm going to win this. So let's just go ahead and check it out and take a look at comments. Gathering the Magic's in the house. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you happen to be in this fine world. Just got done with the next episode of the Market Watch. We'll upload soon. It's been very interesting. And I like the way you're keeping track. And it's kind of a historical reference, because we could always use that if you're wondering where we were at a certain point in time. Just go back and reference one of Gathering's videos, and you can see how much the change has gone on. But things are looking nice. I mean, we're just checking out this battle that's going on. I imagine I'm going to lose it, but we'll see how it goes. But SPS is on the track up. This week, just drop in the comments what you've been doing lately. I have bought a little bit more SPS, as I have been doing on a weekly basis, just kind of DCAing in, it's going in a good direction, right? So also, I bought some Forge. If you checked out my video and you checked out Magic's video on the topic this past week, they're changing the system. So if you play Splinterforge, it might be worth taking a look at buying some Forge. And that was interesting, because I didn't buy any before I put the video out. I didn't want to do like any insider market trading or whatever, but I bought some, and then I expected it would go up. The next day, guess what it did? It went down. So instead, I bought was like 0.004, 0.005, and then the next day, and as far as I know, it's still in the 0.002. So You know, obviously not investment advice, but if you like playing Splinterforge, you know, going forward with the changes going into place relatively soon, they didn't give any date, and I lost it as I figured. Um, but relatively soon, I expect, you know, I expect Forge will go up and become, you know, they're taking action to go ahead and hopefully turn the value of Forge around. So, Paul Taylor, I have actually surrendered some matches to not move up as quickly. That is an option, I suppose. My brother and I were discussing this. You know, ultimately, you could still kind of limit where your deck is going to play by the level of your cards. And my brother also pointed out that you could technically, if you wanted to, you know, kind of limit your deck, you could like shift cards, specifically summoners that were too high level, over to another account, or delegate them to somebody else, and then your account would play lower if you're a bot, or you know, if you manually play. Either way, so there are still ways to kind of limit yourself. I still think that the statement applies, that there's, I don't know, there may be a reason to play lower. I guess if you're, you know, at this point in time, if they've taken all the leaderboards out except for the very top end guys and champion. So I don't know if there's any particular reason other than while chests are still out there to make more chests. I don't know, to artificially limit yourself. Like for me, I'm not one of those guys that went out and automatically just started upgrading my summoners, because I know I don't have the rest of the cards to back up those summoners, right? I'm not saying that I won't do that in the future. In fact, I've been really thinking about buying a Lux, right? Yeah, I know they're expensive, but check it out. I was talking to my brother. He has a Lux, and he also uses Archmage bot to play when he's not playing, and that the bot uses Lux about 75% of the time, right? And it's got him up into gold 2 or diamond 2, and prior to this he had never won any diamond chests. This is like the first time in diamond. So okay, let's check out some chat here and see what's going on. Alex Bernard's in the house. Welcome. Elliot says, at Gathering the Magic, great video on the Nightmare Pack opening, or earning, rather. I moved some things around and I'm quite pleased with the results. Yeah, I mean, the whole topic various people have been talking about, and Gathering pointed it out, was the fact that if you, up until the point that the game releases, for every 10, 11, 12 packs, somewhere in there, you get an extra SPS per day. You know, you have those packs, just holding them get you an extra SPS per day, right? Now, once the game releases, you know, all bets are off. Now, they did say that within the game will be built-in staking mechanisms. So I'm assuming some kind of card staking mechanisms. If I were to, I do have packs, but I only have like 25 packs. So it's not like I'm hugely invested. I do like that type of game, but I was turned off by the art style. I just really didn't like the art style. And once again, once it comes out, I'll check it out, right? But going forward, when the game releases, they did say there will be staking mechanisms involved for SPS, to gain SPS. It could be to gain SPS. It could be they may bring a different token out. Who knows? While they're keeping it kind of under the roof of Splinterlands, I would assume that it would use SPS. I'm not necessarily buying a bunch of packs. I do see it as a way to earn some extra SPS, but once that game is released, you know, who knows? Now, if you're fine with that, if you like that type of game and you plan on playing it anyway, you know, no harm, no foul, right? Get some packs, open them up if the airdrop stops. If the airdrop doesn't stop once the game goes live, then you have a choice to make. Do I open them up and play the game? Do I keep the packs for the SPS? You know, what have you. Let's see, what else is going on in chat? Alex B says, happy got live missed the last 2 weeks. Well, we're glad to have you back. Always good to have Alex B in the chat. Magic says, nice to hear, Elliot. I swapped my Rift Watcher packs to Nightmare to get some passive SPS. Back to my point, definitely. There are very few ways to get passive earnings, right? And this is one of them. So just be aware that at a certain point, those packs, you know, once the game goes live, you'll have to make a decision, or you know, the earnings may just cut off. So, but I think everybody knows about that. Weird Mix Shorts in the house. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate your time. Thanks for dropping by. Gathering says, love the Forge video. I'm staking Forge as well. It is only 1/10 the price of DEC. Yeah, just to go back to what I was saying earlier, well, let's go ahead and look at it. It's weird because I can't see a candlestick on this. We can see the depth and we can see the volume on it. And we can see that it is currently at 0.0002. And I've bought a few packs of these, for lack of a better term. I've increased my bag this week a couple different times. Like I said, if you play Splinterforge, you know, consider getting some now before the change takes effect. Because once the change takes effect, you know, all holds are off. So let's see here. Catching back up. Alex B says, I bought some gold Rift Watchers cards for 1.35. Then I got some cards for 0.21. Sold them for 0.34. But that's about it. Been playing Modern. I have champ cards and I'm still hung up in silver. Yeah, interesting. My major moves this week has been, like I said, I bought some SPS. I bought some Forge. And then referencing my video, and I think I talked about it maybe last week, about the one small issue I was having with my land after the land change. Before the production, you know, towards the end of the year, the math was wrong. It was showing the grain production wrong. So they changed that, and I got to go to Ravenwood here. You can see that I'm still down. I'm making a little bit. Before the change, I was doing just fine. But after the change, I'm making a little bit less per hour than what I need. So there was a couple different ways I could approach this. One of the main ways was by, you know, currently I have max level gold foil commons on most of the plots, right? And I have common totems on all of my plots. I could approach this, and one of the ways I thought about was to replace one of the gold foil commons with a beta max level card. And the cheaper ones that I needed in blue or green were running about $70. And then the other option I could think of was to increase my common totem to a rare totem. And I had two rare totem shards that I already had. And to make a rare totem, you need 8 shards to combine. So I went into the market, and the rare shards were going for like $7.80 or something like that. So I needed 6 more. I went ahead and bought 6 more and made myself a rare totem, which when I do my land claim, I usually do it, you know, like around 8, 9 at night. Just something I've gotten to the habit of doing before I go to bed. I will shift that totem in, and that will bump this up. And I'm going to put it on my rare grain producing land. One of my, which is it's a lake or a river, one of the two. I know it's water, so. So that will help out and bump me up. So that was a major purchase for me this week, as well as buying the tokens we were talking about. Let's catch up with what everybody's saying. Ikey says, pull my first epic totem fragment today. Nice. That's sweet when that happens. Since the beginning, since it started, I've pulled 1 common and 2 rare totem fragments. And generally I harvest once per 24 hours. Like once a week I'll forget to do it and do it every other day, right? but I've gotten 1 common and 2 rares. I think I'm going to sell the common, and when I shift this rare totem in, I think I'm going to sell off the common totem as well, because at this point I don't really intend on buying another piece of land. I do see that land in some regions has went down in price a little bit. I see, let's do a refresh here. I was seeing some $26 plots here in 72 if you're interested. In my particular regions, the cheapest common you're going to find is $50 still. So obviously, if I see a really good deal, I'll probably jump on it. But as of right now, I'm happy with my 12. You know, so. Let's see. Alex B says, "Lucky Ike, congrats. Got loads." Ike says he's got loads of common and rares. Alex T said there's a list of everyone that voted against bots. Yeah, I don't know where that list is. Like I said, this is a big topic that's been going on since the beginning of the game, right? You know, and I've talked about this before. By the way, here in a little bit, we'll be giving away some Splinterforge crates, thanks to the guys over at Splinterforge. They couldn't make it over to the chat today because they had a family event going on. So thanks to them for kicking in some crates. I will be giving them out here in a little while. For I ask that if you don't intend on playing Splinterforge, don't put your name in the drawing. We'll give those away. But the whole bots, you know, I'm almost tired of talking about it. You know, when we first started, I've been playing this almost 3 years now, over 2.5 years. And I didn't like the idea of bots back then, but everybody on the team was very pro bots. And at that point, it was just like everybody, you know, we saw that bots weren't going away. So that's why I started using Archmage. Archmage came out the end of that year. I was one of the initial people that started using it. Well, I didn't get any alpha or beta tokens, but when it went live with the common tokens, I went in there and I started using it, and it's been of good value to me. I mean, I don't think it's the best bot currently. Like, for example, I've gotten 3 rare Rebellion summoners at gold level 6 to put on my wagons, and the bot still doesn't play them. Just to get some use out of them, I play them just for fun when I'm doing my brawls, right? But yeah, that's a whole big topic. We could sit here and talk for an hour about it, you know, about how these massive bot farms have really kind of affected the game. It's a huge topic, and it's just kind of a downer. But I still use, and you know, frankly, this week I was thinking about just cutting the bot off and going ahead and playing in modern. But then I start seeing all the people complaining about the difficulty of playing in modern and such. So it's a huge thing to, you know. Part of me also is like, I've put so much of my money into this game, I just can't turn off the bot and just like, you know, just do away with that portion of what I am making from the game, right? So it's a lot to talk about, and I can understand opinions both ways, but I do feel that I don't think these one-offs, like guys like me that use Archmage for 2 accounts, are what's ruined, or not. I don't want to say ruined, but heavily affected the game. I think it's these people who just they just want to ruin everything they touch. So they put a bot farm and have 100 different accounts. You know, I think it's those people that basically had the heavy impact on it. But I think there's a lot of different opinions there, but I don't want to get down that road too much. Gathering says, been getting gold chests on my main. Weird playing in low gold now. Have to get used to having cards with gold abilities. Love Poison with Uraeus. I love Uraeus. Uraeus is one of my favorite cards. Let's see. Valsango wants to do a challenge. Let's do a challenge. We'll do this challenge, see if it goes through. Yeah, anyway, Uraeus is one of my favorite cards. I love it. It has that poison, and it's very low mana, so you can stick it into most hands if you want to get it in there. Paul Taylor says, I did it to get like 7 silver chests instead of this delayed transaction. Okay. Yeah, I know. I have to do my brawls. Okay. I'm going to take this off camera while I do my pick. Let's see here. We got wands out. Only monsters with magic. Okay. Interesting. Might throw a curveball here. No, I can't do that. This, I'm going to be, yeah, this is not going to work out well for me. It's hard for me to do matches and do a live stream and consider what I'm talking about all at the same time. So I put in a team, but it's not going to work out well for me. Let's see what everybody was talking about. Ike says, sitting with my 10 million grain, I got banked. That sounds like a nice portion to keep. You know what I'm interested in is what's going to happen when 2.0 goes live. Let's see what happened here. So Balsanga, oh, he went with a nice strong team. Yeah. I went minus magic. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't have much hope for mine. As you can see, much lower level cards. But yeah, I was wondering how they're going to handle going live with 2.0 and all the restrictions as far as holding grain, you know, as far as having storage and everything that are going to go in place when it goes live. How they're going to implement it. Okay. In other words, we're going to go live and you're going to have these storage, you know, you had to have storage for it. What happens if you don't have enough storage? You're automatically going to have to pay the game for storage. Obviously, they're probably not going to go live and say, well, you lose that. But there's going to be some kind of cost implemented. So we'll see. Alex T says, I can guarantee anyone on the anti-bot proposal list is having a hard time today. After this game, we'll take a look at it. Wow, nice 10 million grain. What list are you referring to, Alex? Yeah, I didn't know. KGM says, RI Crypto, contact me. You are the winner of today's Rage redraw. Congratulations, RI. Alex B says, sultry barmaid up to 2.21. So yeah, as usual, boss saying, I can't play matches and talk and do my live stream at the same time. Not to say that. I mean, he had a lot higher level cards than I did too. So let's look at what they were talking about. Proposals. So I don't see a proposal or a pre-proposal as far as bots go. So go ahead and drop it in the comments about what you were talking about. I voted against the increase to spellbook. I'd mentioned this before. I do like the idea of them being like other games and offering some packages to new subscribers or to people starting out in the game. I like that idea. I don't like the idea right off the bat just increasing the price of the spellbook, because to me that would bring down the possibility of people starting, right? But I do like the idea of them, as part of the player experience or the new player experience, doing like other games do and offering a nice package or a couple different nice packages for new subscribers, new players for a limited time. But obviously, as we talked about it before, you would have to heavily look at it and make it so that older players couldn't take advantage of that. Like, make up new accounts, take advantage of that, and transfer. They would have to, really. They would have to make like whatever packs they sell during these packages and stuff like that. They would have to make them account bound, so you couldn't transfer them. I think to me that would be the easiest way. Offer like 2 or 3 different packages to new people that are a good value as far as you're not paying full price for packs or something like that. Or maybe even make a package for land or something like that. Or when the other games go live, make a package that is across games, that offers the ability to people to spend a little bit and get a little bit more value out of their money, but not be able to transfer that or sell those items. So they would have to be account bound, I think. But, I'm a new player and I start playing and I like to play, I like the game, and you're offering me, 10 packs for the price of, 6 or something like that, I would probably take it. A lot of games offer this kind of value, and a lot of times if I'm playing that game, I'll take that new player pack, if you will, or they have 2 or 3 different things to choose from. I'll take advantage of that, but it has to go away in like 7 or 14 days, right? I do like that idea, but I did vote against this one. Okay, so have not looked at Sultry Barmaid. We'll have to check that out. Gathering says, woot, more Splinterforge crates. And yes, Alex B, I have heard a lot of people are saying XBot is better, and I have been contemplating switching over. However, there's a cost involved, and then we're at a point where I feel it might be likely that people might try to get rid of bots in Wild as well, and at that point there's a lot of decisions a lot of us have to make that are using the bots, right? Obviously, so that's a whole big wide discussion, and at this point I would like to try XBot, but there's a cost involved there, and we're also going into a period where the whole value proposition is changing, because what these bots, they earn a certain percentage off the top of your wins and such, and then we're going to a whole new way that wins will be, that you get value out of the game, and that's going to force the current what you pay the bots to go up, what they're going to get out of you go up, right? So we're also looking at to see, I haven't checked this week, so maybe they've made an announcement, but both of them did say a couple weeks ago that they were thinking about modifying what they're charging people. So that's also an option. But basically, last time I looked, it was like $50 for an XBot token, and I put that $50 towards other things, right? So KGM says, Splinterlands support official pointed out that on a split summoner, you can use poison on your own card. Yes. When you think about it, that could be a good strategy in the right situation. Currently, yeah, I agree. It's if anybody's played Magic the Gathering, there's certain times, certain strategies where you might want to damage your own card. And usually, right off the top of my head, I'm thinking about those cards that end up buffing other cards, when they die. So let me see here. Yeah, I'm trying to think of Martyr. That's what I'm trying to think of. Like this guy. I don't use him much, but this guy has the Martyr ability. And I can see where if you had one of the Martyr cards in a specific spot, you placed him between 2 of your big guys, to your cards that are going to do a really the majority of damage. and go ahead and martyr him, then right off the martyr him with the poison right off the bat, then you can go ahead and get that martyr really quickly instead of waiting for the other guy's team to go ahead and try and get that martyr. And what we're talking about, let's see here. Let's do this. Summoners. No, I don't want that. Owned. And we are specifically looking at Rebellion Core. And this dude is what I'm thinking about. Underboss Fabino. So you have the option of doing +2, give 2 melee units +2, or select unit to be poisoned. So if you throw this guy in and you have somebody with Martyr, then you can immediately go ahead and take advantage of that. So yeah, I agree. It's a good strategy. Or it might be good under certain, context. So Gathering says poison your monster with Martyr to get that stuff. Yeah, exactly what I said. Alex B says, I think it would be nice to see YouTubers play the game and show their strategies they do. Yeah, and I admit I don't play as much as I should. I don't really have any excuse. I want to get the value out of the game. That's why I use the bot, and I do like playing it, but just I got to be honest. I start playing, and then I start like, if I know myself from my personal perspective, if I jumped into modern and I got into like bronze and started running up after loss, the idea would be, well, eventually you would get better, right? But there's so much randomality to it that you run into the point where you're like, screw this, and I know everybody's different. Everybody approaches the game from a different perspective. But yeah, I do need to get better, and I do agree that there are shows that specifically do this that are nice to watch. In fact, I've started watching a couple. If you check my show notes, you'll see KGM's list of what we're calling the buzz. Which is the full list of, as far as I know at this point, people who cover Splinterlands. And there's a couple of the newer channels that really specialize in strategy, talking strategy. In fact, I'm trying to jump over here. One of them does Friday night videos. I'm jumping over to check out my list, because I didn't have the list up. Let's see here. Dwayne, Gathering Magic House 21. Splinter Zone. Those are the new guys. They do a good job. Strategy. Also, I watched a People's Guild. Was it the People's Guild? There was another live stream this week where they did, I forget, I think it was a People's Guild, I don't know, where they did like this the whole show was just playing at a high level, which I have no skill at, or I have no knowledge of, because I've always played in silver and gold. And I think the statement is a really good statement, that this game is a different game at each level. And obviously the leagues are going away, right? But the general statement will remain. The game is going to be different from the 260 to the 1,000 point rating range. The game is going to be different from the 1,000 to 2,000 range, or 1,000 to 1,900 range, and so on. Because all these, back to his point, all these powers are different at every different level, and you have to take advantage of that. And it means that one combination works at bronze. That combination might not be so strong at silver or gold, right? One combination of cards where, I was listening to somebody in chat in Discord. They were talking about how they were used to playing in Champ League and the combination of cards, and they went down on another account and they were playing in Bronze and just getting hardcore knocked because their strategies in Champ were not working in Bronze because the cards are completely different. And there's various other things that go into that. You know, they've been talking a lot in Discord about how there are still illegal bots running possibly in Modern that shouldn't be there. So there's a lot of discussion. I don't have any facts or anything, but I just can go by what the chat is saying, right? So let's see what everybody's saying. Gathering says, I love using Prismatic Energy in Wands Out and Immortalis. Immortalis is one that I need. I want, last week I went and I bought a Lily. I had to make the decision, get a Lily or get a Immortalis. And Immortalis was actually at that point going for more expensive or more higher price than Lily. But my, you wouldn't know it. There's 1, 2... You know, my account uses Quicks quite a lot, you know, 3, but it has 4. It's been using Lily quite often. I do realize the value of Immortalis. It's just when you're talking about spending $50 to $70 in a pop, right? Because you buy a level 6 or, you know, you buy a level 3, then Immortalis, last time I looked, it was going for about $70, right? Let's check out, let's do clear. Summoners, he's Earth, you know, here we go, you know, $14 a BCX, you know, so he's not a cheap summoner. I do agree that he's one of the better ones of that era, you know, so. Bolts 85, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. He says, hello, good morning. It almost feels like we're back to the good old crypto days. Well, you know, and I'm always knocking on wood. You know, everything is looking good. In fact, before, let's go ahead and do a refresh. I was looking at SPS earlier. We're still, I like to look at the year or the month. I think, you know, when you look at it on the daily or weekly average, you got to zoom out a little bit and look at it the year. So we're still doing really well. We're back up to almost where we were last or August of 2021, which is good because you can see this whole 2022 and 2023 average. Well, let's see here. This is the end of 2023. So we're talking about from early 2022 to early 2023, we're far above that average. Now, 2023 SPS started rebounding and went up. And I can't tell you, you know who's good at referencing these type of points is Aftersound, but I can't draw from memory exactly what happened at this point. But there was some kind of release. This was October, so this would have been, no, this is beginning of 2024. This is January, so I can't pull that out of memory because back here in December would have been the release of Rebellion. So some release, some announcement had this go up and peak, but we are going up, so it is looking good. As far as I know, Bitcoin is looking good, so most things follow that. So we can just knock on wood and cross our fingers. But let's see. Let's go to, you know what? Let's give some crates away. Okay. I know a lot of people are probably waiting on those crates. Let me take a drink. In the chat, if you want to get in on, if you intend on starting to play Splinterforge or play currently and want to get in on the crate drops, go ahead and put !Splinterforge, and I'll put your name in the drawing. We will be giving away 5 sets of 2 crates. So if you win, you get 2 crates. Let me get my pad of paper out here so I can write down the winners. Sorry about that. Should have had this prepared. Okay, let's see here. Let's get a spinner out. Shout out to Baron's Toolbox. I like this death blow spinner where it turns over the cards. It's just a little bit more interesting than just spinning a wheel, right? So let's see here. We've got Jordan. Gathering. Alex B. KGM. Okay, in the chat, if you want to get in on the drawings for Splinterforge crates, go ahead and put exclamation point Splinterforge. We'll wait for a few minutes. Bolts, 85. Got Elliot. Yeah, let's go ahead and scroll back, but KGM is right. He is working on the person that makes, why am I forgetting his name? NFO guides. He is making, he's responsible for Baron's Toolbox. So he's got a game he's creating as well. So take a look at that if interested. Alex T says tacos. Tacos will not get, I'm not giving away tacos, although now you've got me wanting to eat some tacos for lunch. Let's see, let's go back and see what I missed in chat. Alex B says, I always vote no on all proposals every time. I don't even read them, just agents, so many changes they do. That's interesting. I read the proposals. 1 SPS per win in silver I thought was good. You know, that's another thing I talked about today in a couple videos, or this week in a couple videos, is back to Matt had released a message on this, how the pools had, due to the way the pools were drawing the wins, you know, doling out the pool for wins, the comparison to the last 15 days, which included the old system of determining wins. Basically, we used up the pool faster than what it should have been, and the wins, what you're getting per win is going down. Like I was started out at like 1, and it's down to like, you know, like 0.7, something like that. So it's gone down pretty significantly, but they said that once the next season goes live, then that should be straightened out. Just another one of those things where it should level set. Alex B says, I got Xbot when it came out, had it for a long time, so we'll use it till the end of bots in Wild, and I play like 5 to 10 times in Modern a day. I've got mine set to play once per hour. And I don't usually play. I do play my brawls. I do my brawls when they come up every few days. Bolts85 says, I am getting better return for rent out of my cards nowadays. An example, rent out summoners, level 7, 25 DEC a day. Instead of rank battles, 0.159 per win. If that makes sense. So I don't play as often. I just started as I first started. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to check out. Yes, Axler Twinblade is his name, who is responsible for NFO guides and Baron's Toolbox. Okay, so I guess if anybody else wants to get in, this is the last chance. If you want to win some Splinterforge crates, go ahead and put your name, or put exclamation point Splinterforge in the chat, and I will add your name. I'll give you one more minute, and then we will go ahead and start doing the drawings. Once again, they wanted to stop by, but the guys for Splinterforge were not able to stop by for today. They had a family event to go to. So, yeah, KGM says go check out Baron's Toolbox, new video. He has NFO Guides is his channel on YouTube, and he's developing a new game as well. So we'll get my financial journey in there, and it looks like he or she will be the last person on. Okay, let's go ahead and do a drawing. Let's see here. Once again, I'm going to do 5 drawings. Each person gets 2 Splinterforge crates. And if you haven't heard the Splinterforge news, please watch myself and Gathering the Magic's video on the topic from the last couple days, and that will fill you in. Okay, so as always in this, you want to be the last one standing, and that's the person's the winner. I'm going to turn on desktop audio because this does have audio. Arr! I like the pirate sounds. Okay, the winner is...
I'm very impressed, matey.
Alex B. Okay, let's take Alex B out of there. Next drawing. You have really good odds here.
Heave ho!
And the winner is...
You've
My
unlocked
Financial
the
Journey.
treasure chest.
Once again, thanks to the guys over at Splinterforge for donating these crates. If you haven't played, go ahead and check out my link in the show notes, and that'll get you started. You can take advantage of the Splinterlands cards you already have and play a secondary game that's different than Splinterlands. If you're not familiar, go check out the website. Okay, so I'll take you off. And then start another one. And also, remember to please like and subscribe. And, you know, I've been talking about this whole idea about, and the winner is Gathering the Magic.
The treasure chest.
Guess you got to make another video, Gathering. Gathering did a video this week where he opened a bunch of crates. Kind of blamed me for giving him 2 crates, so he bought a bunch more. And it's interesting. You should check it out if you're interested in it, because he goes through the whole system where he does combines and burns to make higher level cards, which I think we all, several of us agree would make a good addition to Splinterlands. But obviously you would have to be careful on how it was implemented. And Gathering says another video incoming. Okay, we'll remove him. And there's 2 more sets of 2 to give away. Pretty darn good odds here.
That's it.
And the winner is...
Nice
Bolts
job,
85.
sailor.
Okay. And the last giveaway of 2 crates, and then we'll get back to chat. The winner is KGM
job,
Jam.
Sailor.
Congratulations, everybody. If you're a winner, please drop your Hive name into chat. I've got Alex B, I've got My Financial Journey, Gathering the Magic, Bolts85, and KGM Jam. I know KGM Jam is just KGM Jam by this point. Also, my secondary account joined his guild this week. So he is my guild leader. So go ahead and drop your Hive name if you're a winner into the chat. Okay, Gathering, which account do you want this sent to? These 2 crates. And also I'm waiting for Alex B. Okay, so Alex B says, give mine to Alex T. Hey, Alex T, what's your Hive name that you play Splinterforge with? Okay, I got Jovac. My Financial Journey, I still need your in-game name that you want to send your Splinterforge crates to. And Alex T, what in-game name do you want the 2 crates that Alex B won for you sent to? And then we'll get back to chat for a few minutes here. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the chat. Gathering says, Barons is my neighbor. We need to connect again and maybe do a stream together. That would be nice. That would be cool. He's seems like a very knowledgeable guy, obviously good with development. That would be very cool. KGM says that would be a good interview. And Bolts says, since we in the subject, Taco Bell tacos, or I don't mind Taco Bell. I don't go very often. We have a really nice, when we feel like Mexican, we have a really good local shop that's owned by a family that does really good food. I mean, it's one of those places where you go and it's just a nice atmosphere. And I've never walked out of there and said, man, that was not good food. It's all, whatever I buy, it's always good food, you know. So I don't buy, you know, back in the days, we would, you know, when I was younger, I sometimes at certain points in my life, I lived off Taco Bell, but that's not really good for your system, if you know what I mean. But I don't mind Taco Bell. Like if we're out and about, you want to grab a quick lunch or something like that. But for dinner, I prefer to go to a local spot that's really nice. You know, I mean, it's a little bit more expensive than your average food. It's definitely more expensive than Taco Bell, but I like to sit down and have a Negra Modelo or 2 along with a nice enchilada or something like that. Okay, off of food talk, but Gathering says anything but Taco Bell. My Financial Journey says, hey, just getting to the PC. What's going on, everyone? Elliot says, make sure you put yourself in the drawing. We won't think you're rigged to drawing, I promise. I'm all right. I do think that I need to buy some more crates, though. What I haven't done is a lot of the combining and burning that that magic that Gathering has shown on his videos. I haven't done a lot of that. If you've watched enough of my videos, you know that I usually go at games from the standpoint of just, if I want an item, I just buy it on the, and I don't put. I know it's good for the infrastructure and it's good for the game to buy a bunch of crates. I just haven't done it. That's my fault, but I have bought the items that I do use on the secondary market. It would be fun to go in. It's just opening crates in Splinterforge is like opening packs in Splinterlands, right? So. Let's see here. Let's check the chat. I am still I'm still looking for Alex T's in-game name that you want and My Financial Journey's in-game name to send the crates to. And Alex B says, Jovac, thanks for the rage card during the giveaway, but I always lose with it. That was a whole interesting thing that the benefactor had given 6 different people 2 copies of that card to give away. I think we all benefited from it. I don't know. He said that he was doing some type of experiment. I hope it worked out the way he was hoping for. I do think that a lot of us got a lot of extra exposure because obviously people like giveaways, right? But that card has turned out to be a really nice card. I'm glad I bumped mine up to level 2 at the beginning. Last I checked, let's go ahead. Well, let's go over on Peak Monsters. Go back to cards. And go to Rebellion, Legendaries. See where he's sitting right now. Looks like 23. You know, it started out low and then it went up. So let's look at the graph on the month. So you can see it went up a little bit higher than it's kind of averaging out. My guess was this would be between a $20 and $25 card. I do like it. Obviously, I like dragons. I'm a fan of dragons. Alex T says, give the gift to Gathering. I'm not dropping my account and never will. Oh, so Alex T does not want the crates. Said to give it to Gathering. Okay. I understand. The whole point there is he doesn't want to put his in-game name into the chat. That's fine. That's a choice. Personal choice. It's fine with me. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Still waiting on feedback from My Financial Journey on what their account they want the Splinterforge crates sent to. We have a few minutes left here. Let's catch up with chat. KGM says, yes, glad to have you, Bronze Dragon. Also, we have 2 slots open, so ask for an invite. The only thing required is to show up and play the brawls. Okay, so if anybody needs a guild slot, KGM Jams Guild, let's go over here, has a couple slots open. Let's go ahead and log in. And we do need a couple people to fill out the let's take a look at, so the name of the guild is KGM Jam all together, okay? And I need to do my brawls here as well because I have, whenever I get up on Saturday, I'm concentrated on this show. But we do need some people to, I believe, do gold foil. This account, so this account, it's interesting because before I had limited this account to silver and it has climbed to gold 2 now. Well, I actually got knocked back down to gold 3. But once again, this is another account that is primarily leveled for silver. Like I have, my summoners are level 4 gold foil. So let's see here. My Financial Journey. I am not. Okay, Smithers. Sorry about that. It's my fault, I guess. I got it now. Yeah, I'm thinking about several different things. I just didn't say that you see that you posted it. Yeah, I'll have to get these in. So anyway, if you have a lower end account that needs some, would like to get some brawls, we have 2 slots open. Send an invite over to KGM Jam, and we do need people to play gold foils, I guess, and we do need people that will play Rebellion phrase as well, if that interests you. Alex B says he doesn't eat fast food. I don't eat it a lot either. But that's been something in my life where, I don't know, maybe where I currently live, I'm eating a lot less fast food because we moved up here about 11 years ago, and there's not a whole lot of fast food joints right around us. So we do primarily cook at home, and then like once or twice a week we'll go out and have like a nicer dinner. And I'm not talking fancy, but it's, you know, sit down restaurant. And we try to frequent our locally owned restaurants to help them out too. Alex B says, I may buy a node now. All I want is vouchers. I'm interested to see when the nodes actually go on the game plan. It's interesting to hear that for the new game, for the Arcade Colony side of the house, that they are pushing the nodes as well, and they seem to have a game plan as far as the development when they're going to hit earlier. Of course, this could just be all selling. They want to sell them and then they're protracted. But I haven't heard anything on the Splinterlands side of the house. Obviously, everybody who's invested in nodes up front are obviously waiting to hear. They've been drawing vouchers and SPS as time goes along, but they want it to go live, right? So I haven't heard anything. If anybody has, let me know. Gathering says, swap part and shard for vouchers if you want, Alex. Alex T says, give the gift Gathering. I'm not dropping my account. Never went. Okay, I already went over that. Alex B says, I will send you 500 shard. Gathering says, I mean, just swap your part and shard on Hive for vouchers. Elliot says, before you cut out, thank you for the hour of your time. Great time to hang out and listen to people with the same interests and have a few martinis and relax. Well, thanks for dropping by, Elliot. I'm glad that I really kind of started this so we could get a group of people together that like discussing things about Splinterlands and other things on the Hive blockchain, because I think I don't know if you're like me, but my wife and my daughter really don't want to discuss it. I mean, she humors me and talks about it from time to time. And if I need a sounding board as far as decision goes, and I talk to her about it, because I don't, as far as finances go, you know, I'm not one of those guys that secretes things from his wife. I bounce all my major purchases off my wife and everything, and she's very logical. She's much more logical than I am. So sometimes, and she gives me my input, but it's not something they like to sit around and talk about, right? If we sat around and talk about it, they'd probably get bored very fast. Either way, I started this so that we could get a group together and talk about, discuss, because all of us has a little bit different. There's some people that attend this are very up on the high end of the game, and some people are just starting out. So it's very valid to get everybody's different opinion. And we'll round this out. Paul says, I'm planning on using my script on AC nodes and probably some MK packs. Okay, sounds good. When does Arcade Colony go live? I don't know, but I do know that within the last day or two, and you know, you can reference if you're interested. Aggie had dropped away. You can check. Actually, I will copy this and paste it. So here's a link. If you want yeah, so that's basically the statement from Aggie had dropped into chat in Discord the other day. Take that URL and just replace Aggie's name with your name, and then you can check your colony balance if you're interested. So as far as I know, they're right on the line as far as bringing the website up, but if you want to manually check your in a non-fancy way, it just looks like a line item. Take that URL and replace Aggie's name with your in-game name, and you'll be able to check your colony balance. As far as when it's going live, I don't know. Last time he left a chat was yesterday, and he seemed like they were very close at bringing that website up, so we can just cross our fingers hoping it's this week. Let's see here. Elliot says, my wife is the same, humorous, but this isn't what she's interested in. Gathering says, my wife plays, so it's all good. And Paul Taylor says, the front end is imminent. Basically what I just said. So anyway, thanks everybody for dropping by. I hope you have a good week. I hope my day here is kind of gray and rainy. We have had so much rain lately that I don't need any more. My ground is super saturated. Anyway, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate your time as always. Please check out all the YouTubers in the comments and go over to their channels, like, subscribe, comment, all that. The goal here is to try and push the Splinterlands topic up in the YouTube algorithm. With that, have a good week, and I will see you on the flip side.